I'm diving into a topic that affects a lot of Pixel Watch users right now, those wonky step counts and Fitbit stats that started popping up, and how Google says the fix actually lands. Let's break it down like a creator who's both watching the data crash and trying to make sense of it for real people who just want accuracy on their devices. First, the hook. Imagine checking your daily steps and calories only to realize your numbers don't match your effort or how you felt during a workout. That disconnect isn't just annoying, it chips away at trust in the whole ecosystem. So what happened here, exactly? And what does the fix really mean for us going forward? Context in plain terms. After a few days of reports from Pixel Watch owners about inflated step counts and calories, Google says the underlying issue has been resolved on the Fitbit app side. The Fitbit status dashboard confirms the incident is fixed, and Google adds a practical tip. To apply the fix, reboot your Pixel Watch. This isn't about a mysterious software glitch that can't be touched. It's a controlled fix that was deployed in the app's data pipeline, and a reboot is the user-friendly way to resync and flush the corrected logic into new activity data. What stands out, and what I personally find interesting, is the split between new data gets corrected and old data stays as is. What many people don't realize is that the update affects only data from the moment the fix goes live. Previously recorded entries, your past steps and calories, aren't rewritten to match the new calculation. In my opinion, that's a crucial nuance. It means your trend charts, cardio load, and historical comparisons could look skewed for a while, even though future values should be more trustworthy. So, how does this actually affect a user's day-to-day usage? On the surface, you'll want to restart your Pixel Watch if you still see discrepancies after the update. A reboot can help the watch pull the corrected data from Fitbit servers and resume accurate tracking for new activity. But if you're doing long-term analysis or trying to compare week 1 versus week 4, you'll run into a caveat. The past data isn't aligned with the new calibration. That complicates personal dashboards and even fitness apps that auto-aggregate trends. From my perspective, the real question isn't just, is it fixed? But how do we handle historical data going forward? My take is that this is a reminder of how tightly connected we've made wearable ecosystems. Pixel Watch relies on Fitbit's data model, reminders, and calories calculations. When one piece shifts, the ripple is visible across your saved history and even your mental model of progress. It's a case study in data lineage and user trust. What this reveals about bigger trends is telling. There's an ongoing tension between rapid updates and data continuity. Companies deploy fixes to restore live accuracy, but preserving historical integrity is harder than it looks. It also highlights why transparency matters. Google stating clearly that old data stays unchanged is helpful. It sets expectations so users aren't chasing a moving target. A detail I find fascinating is that a reboot is enough to apply the fix. That's a reminder of how software on wearables isn't just about code. It's about the device's state syncing with cloud services. The act of rebooting becomes a tiny, ritualistic maintenance task that ensures the system recalibrates and refetches corrected metrics. If you miss that, you might chalk up the discrepancy to user error rather than a software fault. What this really suggests is a lesson in reliability engineering for consumer devices. The fix isn't about erasing a mistake, it's about recalibrating the pipeline so new data reflects reality. That has implications for developers. How do you design dashboards and analytics so users can visibly distinguish between corrected data and historical data that remains as is? The best practice would be to annotate or flag historical entries that were recorded during the bug window, but it seems that this particular fix didn't retroactively annotate past entries. Looking ahead, I'd expect Google and Fitbit to consider more explicit data hygiene features. Perhaps future updates will offer a recommended data reconciliation view that shows a user the corrected period alongside their original numbers, with a clear note about the discrepancy and a simple way to reanalyze or export clean data. That would help both casual users and data nerds who want to trust long-term trends. If you're watching this after you've already logged days of activity with inflated numbers, here are practical moves. Restart your Pixel Watch to apply the new data pipeline, wait a day for new records to populate, and be mindful when you compare week-over-week stats. Treat historical figures as a separate cohort, call it prefix history, so you don't draw faulty conclusions about your cardio load or progress. Before we wrap, a closing thought. This is exactly the kind of real-world friction that makes wearable ecosystems both powerful and imperfect. It's a reminder that progress in personal tech isn't linear. You get better sensors and smarter software, but you also inherit edge case bugs that require calm, transparent fixes and clear user guidance. The question I'd throw out to you is this: How comfortable are you with data revisions and the trade-off between immediate fixes and historical accuracy? If you've got thoughts or experiences with your Pixel Watch data since this update, drop a comment. Did your steps behave differently after the reboot? Did you notice any shift in how your trends looked? Let's compare notes and unpack what this means for your long-term fitness storytelling. Here's a quick recap. Google confirms the fix landed on the Fitbit app side. New data will be corrected. Old data remains as recorded. A watch reboot helps apply the fix, and users should be mindful of historical data when evaluating trends. In my opinion, the bigger conversation is about data integrity in connected devices and how we balance speed of fixes with clarity about history. This is a live, evolving story in the world of wearables, and I'll be here to call out any new developments as they come. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, consider liking and subscribing for more creators take on the latest in wearable tech, and I'll catch you in the next one.